What is up, guys? Today I'm throwing my hat in the ring and sharing my opinion on the ETF situation. I'm also going to talk about some potential good buys that are worth eyeing up, as well as my giveaway for I'm giving away one Cool Wallet S. Two of them came in today. Super excited about that. Stay tuned. All that is coming up right now. What is going on, guys? Rodney here with Crypto Bros. Welcome to today's video. Today I'm just going to be sharing my opinion on the ETF situation and why I really don't think it's a big deal at all. To be frank, I could give two shits, although on a positive note, tons of good buys out there. That is what we're talking about today. Before we jump into that, though, quickly wanted to say thank you to everyone who has been subscribing to the channel. Seriously, love and appreciate you guys for that. If you haven't subscribed yet, all you have to do is come over here, hit the subscribe button. You don't even have to hit the bell, although you may want to, just because we do have a couple giveaways coming up. The one that I have running right now is on this Effluence video, doing a $50 Ethereum giveaway. To enter into that, all you have to do is go to this video, make sure you like it, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and then leave a comment below with your Ethereum address. That way I can pick a winner. I will be drawing that tomorrow, so we will have a winner there. But also, even more fun than that, as I said, I actually got both of my Cool Wallet S's in. I'm giving away this one right here. What I plan on doing a review just on the product itself, and then I'll probably do like some type of tutorial video on how to set up, how it works. Fairly easy stuff, really cool. Set it up this afternoon. Super pumped about that. All that being said, let's jump right in. First and foremost, Bitcoin is trading at $6,325 and our market cap $221 billion. Again, as we kind of get into this ETF thing, I'm a little soured on how the market responded, just for the fact that we've had so much positive news in the space lately, and this delay is what really drove the price down. Again, not that I care. Love the buying opportunities. I'll be honest and say I went in and I bought Bitcoin today, although I had two texts from my buddies just asking what I would currently buy. You know, if let's say I had 500 or $1,000. Tons and tons of good buys, and it really depends on what fits your portfolio. But if it were me, and as you guys know, I'm not a financial advisor, not financial advice, nothing I say is ever financial advice, you all know that. Disclaimer in the description. But if I was going to go in, I would definitely be buying some Bitcoin. What we've seen from Bitcoin essentially over the last 30 to 40 days, it's outperformed every other cryptocurrency. Usually it is the Mac Daddy and leads the way. When we finally do see our bullish market bounce back, what do you think is going to lead the charge in the initial kind of launch of the bull market? Bitcoin, I would definitely be buying some Ethereum just because it's $350. I think that's a hell of a steal. Last time we saw that price was in early Q4 of 2017. If it were me, I would also go in on some Cardano. I love it when it's under 12 cents. And then also Neo, under 22 bucks. Didn't really think we'd see this price. Love it. I remember regretting not buying it like 7 or 8 months ago at 30, so I would definitely be stacking up on Neo. Would definitely be going in on Omise Go at $4.46. Probably making some moves on VeChain, Icon, Zilliqa, couple other players here. I know there's going to be someone out there like, bro, what about this? My goal here, I'd probably be staying in the top like 40-ish coins with my moves, but really on the majors between Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Neo. So anyway, there is that. In terms of the actual charting, right now most analysis are kind of like, I don't really know. You know, one chart here from Hygiene, he's showing kind of a bounce here in the low 6Ks. The one I want to read, though, is actually from Peter Brandt. He says, BTC, worst case scenario, the only chart pattern that is visible and possible, I emphasize on the word possible, is a 6-month descending triangle using the GDAX pricing. As shown on this chart, this pattern would have a target of $2,823. Please note this is not a prediction, but simply a possibility. I remain completely in fiat in my trading account. A lot of uncertainty in this market. As I said, I went in on some Bitcoin today, although there's a lot of things saying that we could break into the 5Ks. I don't necessarily think that'll be the case, but I don't know. And even if it does, I'm not overly concerned on this, just because adding in Bitcoin into my portfolio was my goal here. I'm not necessarily a trader, but there is that. Now, anyway, talking about the ETF, kind of the meat of the video, this has been what has been talked about over the last 24 hours. And really, guys, I could give two shits about this specifically because I actually think the delay. So here's what happened. One, they're just delaying the potential answer as to whether Bitcoin will be listed as an ETF till September. I actually think this is great news, only for the fact that if they were a hard no, they would have already kind of said, like, no way. The SEC would have put the kibosh on there. The delay in this for 45 days telling me that they're, weighing some options, looking at all angles before they make a decision. People are talking about the Winklevoss attempt. I think most people didn't really have high expectations for this anyway. Side note, I will post the links to this article down below. Super interesting read, just to seeing some of the differences between the two. Worth reading. But anyway, I don't actually care for the delay. Again, I think this is great news. What I think people were really excited about was for the fact that if this does actually get pushed through and is an ETF, this brings more people to have potential access to trade cryptocurrencies in Bitcoins. If you don't actually know what an ETF is, it stands for Exchange Traded Funds. An Exchange Traded Fund is an investment fund traded on stock exchanges, much like stocks. An ETF holds assets such as stocks, commodities, bonds, and generally operates with an arbitrage mechanism. So just so if you didn't know that. But here's the thing. This is what I think people expected to happen. And I believe this picture right here is actually a thumbnail from an I Love Crypto video. But the comparison here is gold versus Bitcoin. And as we can see on the bottom, here's the Bitcoin chart, here's the gold chart. But this little blip on your screen, if you can see it, is roughly where we're at with Bitcoin. And what happened is gold actually got approved for being an ETF. And what we saw in terms of the price is this massive skyrocket, roughly 5x. From ETF back up to the top. Now, I think that was the expectation if this actually gets listed as an ETF, or if Bitcoin does. So I can see why people could potentially be soured, but to do kind of like this massive sell-off and have all this flood in the market, I do think is fairly ridiculous just because our sentiment has been so positive. So again, guys, I don't really care that we're being delayed. I actually think that's fairly positive, and I don't really give a shit about the current price points because I do think, especially if you're in it for the long haul or the long term, that we do have a great buying opportunity. Let's say we do catch this bull market in October, November, December, like people are saying. We're going to look at this time and be like, fuck, man, whoops. I don't mean to swear on here, but we're going to look back at this time and say, man, I wish I would have bought X at this price point. So get over the whole psychological factor. I get that it's very tough to buy stuff when the market is down. I've referenced this before. This is the psychology of a market cycle. A lot of people do it. If we look at the smaller chart up here, we are down at the bottom. This is when people actually make money. It's about being patient. So anyway, guys, that is what I have for you today. I'm not concerned about the ETF. I will be curious to see what the final decision is in September, but for right now, who gives a shit? Anyway, that is all I have for you today. Short one. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed yet, would love to have you as a subscriber. Make sure you jump in on this Ethereum giveaway. Again, I'll make these videos super easy to post, or super easy for you to find, and then be on the lookout for my Cool Wallet S videos, because one of these I am mailing out to you. This isn't one of those things where it's like, oh, I'll send your contact information. I'm actually going to walk to the mailbox and put this into you. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. You can catch me here anytime. You can also follow me on Twitter at RodCryptoGod. Appreciate ya. Have a great evening. See ya.